Hey guys, this is Unpunk bringing you an awesome video here today. So this is going to show a couple different things that I have discovered over the Shadow Throne since the fact I've gotten to rest and reevaluate the map, go over some things, and I wanted to bring you this awesome video, that's great English, but nonetheless covering a lot of different things that have been found and or rediscovered, or correcter, better steps have been covered. So first off, there is a big boss fight glitch and it doesn't allow you to get into the boss fight, and I'm going to tell you how to fix that here in the video. There is also an easier method to unlocking the safe, which was discovered by my friend Newbie, so I'm going to leave his credit down in the description. He told me about this. As far as my knowledge, he was the first person to talk about it, so I want to make sure I give proper credit for what I know. He's the one that told me about it, so go check him out. I will leave his link in the description, as well as a good boss fight strategy that I have discovered. It plays off what I found yesterday, but it's just more of a boss fight and gives you a better strategy on it specifically. Also, an easy puzzle solver website has been made by my buddy Giovanno. I have got this off Reddit, but I'll leave his link to Twitter and the link to the website in the description, so make sure to go show him some love over on his Twitter and check out his YouTube as well. I will try and find that and link that as well. He is an awesome guy. I've played with him on the Super Easter Egg. He actually was on the team to getting first in the world on that, so he's just coming in clutch with all of the zombies, news, content, all that. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so we have the first thing is the safe. So the safe was previously thought by our team that we had to spin it around a whole bunch of times, but you don't. You just need to go to turn right to the first number, turn left to the next number, turn right back around to the third number, which in our case was 7 in this game, and then turn to the last number, which was 6. And you let go and it's done. Just as simple as that. Real easy peasy, and you get your dancer's dagger. Super awesome. It helps out and makes that step a lot easier. And now let's move on to the website that was made. Alright guys, so here is the next part. This is an awesome little solver that has been made for the Shadow Throne. It is the puzzle solver for all 4 walls. This is going to make your life a lot easier. So a big shout out to my buddy Giovanno. Again, his link's gonna be in the description, as well as this link. Literally, this is going to give you all different wall positions. So you pick which wall you need to be, and you show them in which direction they are facing. And then you're just going to click solve, and it's going to tell you A, B, and A, C, and B. I believe those are going to be from the left to right, as you see, and you're just going to turn them in that order. So first you would turn A once, then you would turn C twice, and then you would turn B 3 times, and it would end up putting them forward. In this case, it's not going to show accurately on the little statue positions, but for nonetheless, you can do that for all of the following different puzzles, and this is gonna make your life a lot easier. Also, in my guide, I did have a location for all of the ravens, where you put the 4 ravens down, so that way that's a lot easier for you guys. So if you guys are still messing up on the second part, just go look at my Easter egg tutorial, go skip towards the end, and you're going to find the location. I walk around the different location of it quite a few times, so that way you guys can see all of the raven positions and where they sit. And next we're going to get on to our next big part, and we'll be right back with you. So the next part is going to be talking the boss fight glitch and what happens. So I didn't capture gameplay of this, I wasn't recording at the time, but what can happen when you all go into the boss fight arena, or are trying to, and don't have enough ammo. So if you get high enough up, I would say 2/3 or more from our experience of it happening, you're going to need to make sure you go all the way up into that boss fight. If you do not have all of your players using their wonder weapon at the same time while you're going up there, there is this massive glitch that happens that will drop you guys back down in the tube or the canister, whatever you want to call it, the drop pod, I guess is the proper name, and it's going to drop you back down to the ground. What happened is, this happened once before to a buddy of mine, our other team when we were hunting this, is it insta-killed and death buried 2 of them. So if you are on the back side of the pod, towards the corners, it is going to death barrier you when you fall back down like this in this case. So make sure you have 100 ammo in every single player's one. You can use the nice little writing board and get an ammunition drop. There's a lot of posts on Reddit about it that tell you all the names, so if you guys are having any trouble, go check that out. You'll be able to get all of the names for that board, because that's pretty easy and not hard to explain, so I don't want to go into depth on that to get your max ammo. Just make sure you have that ammo for all players and they're all aiming up and shooting at the same time, so there's no problems doing that, because if you do, it will drop you down and you will have a death barrier. If your players get death barriered, some will get death barriered and some will get teleported out of the pod. If you get teleported out of the pod, you should be fine. Just run around and wait till the next round. It's going to show that your players are still alive until the next round. What's going to happen sucks. So your players, you're going to have to go 2 rounds. Your players that got death barriered are going to need to spawn back in. They're not going to be allowed to purchase their weapons. They're not going to be allowed to get them back from the box. And they're not going to have lost their perks, but they won't have their perks. So what they're going to need to do is, once they come back in the round after this happens, you're going to need to kill them, have them kill themselves and bleed out another time. Don't worry, this is going to save their weapons, and this is going to, they're still going to lose their perks and they're going to have to repurchase those, but it will save you from having to restart the entire game. I tried to do this to where I had it and we got all players back into the game right after the glitched player, which in our case was only 1 player, got down and came back, but it wasn't really putting them back in the game. It's a mechanic that's thinking they're not in the game because they shouldn't be in the game, basically, is what's happening. So if they die out 2 full times, once being from the death barrier, the second time from the next round they spawn in, the third time when they spawn back in from that second round, they're going to be able to go pick up their weapons. They won't lose any of those. They're going to need to re-go buy their perks, grab their wonder weapon again if that wasn't in their inventory, and also grab their blade or whatever melee weapon they want to use. And then you guys will be able to go right back into the blimp. That is a nice, easy method to fix that. It made it really easy, and we ended up beating the boss right after that, so it was really awesome that we figured out that you could do that. And the last thing is going to be the boss fight strategy and what I used. So I highly recommend every player having an MP40. Pack Mule is a really good setup as well, as you don't really need a lot of other things, but we found the best strategy is going to be 2 front lines, and it's going to be 2 of the Shell Shock classes. Shell Shock, you're going to want to have the sustain zone, and also you're going to want to have protector on, so that way you can be giving your teammates shield, as you cannot buy a shield up here. That's going to make it a lot easier so that half of your team can be getting shield during the boss fight. The other 2 players are going to want to have their frontline class with determination, and then they're going to want to have 2 other mods. It really depends on what you want to choose for your other mods. There isn't too many that are going to make it too much more OP. You're going to want to probably have the triple damage mod on for your front lines, so you do more damage, and maybe even the damage shared one as well. That would probably be a good combo, because what you're going to want to do is have one sustain zone going off, and then have another player use frontline and have them shoot at the boss. For the boss, when you're hurting him, you're only going to be able to hurt him when he is glowing. The 3rd stage is going to be different. You're going to only be able to hurt him with wonder weapons or your sword, from my knowledge, a Geistcraft energy weapon. The normal weapons don't seem to do any damage. This part, you're going to want to be charging up your weapon by collecting zombie energy and then shooting him. As you can see, it's making him glow when you do here during this 3rd part. The other 2 stages, you just want to use your MP40s, shoot at him till he glows, hit him when he's running at you, and then wait a second before you start attacking him again. If you shoot him too much, you're not going to see hit markers popping up. If you're not seeing hit markers popping up, you're obviously not doing damage to him, so it's going to mean that you're not hurting him. So don't waste your ammo when you're not doing damage to him. It's going to take a little bit to open him and make him glow, but it doesn't take too much other than that. So that's going to be my best boss fight strategy. Run around, try and train up. When one person's using Shell Shock, you're then going to want to get prepared for the second person. When that second person is using Shell Shock, you want to have the first person not shooting the boss, but just filling up their energy. You're going to want to bring in a couple hearts and a couple max ammos. Will make it a little easier for you guys, but it's not going to be required to do it. This boss fight can be done with no consumables, but the hearts and the max ammos will make it definitely easier in your first couple tries till you get it down. But make sure you have that pack much MP40, those 2 front lines, and those 2 Shell Shocks, so you can deal extra damage to the boss as well as hold the zombies away from you guys. If you don't have any sustain zones available and you're getting hammered by the zombies, have the other 2 players that aren't using frontline or aren't damaging him him, use the arc blast from the blade. That's going to be able to destroy a lot of the zombies really quickly. You're not going to earn any money doing this or fill up your specialist meter, but it's going to help protect and keep your teammates safe. Now that's going to be it for the video today, guys. I hope that helped you guys out and was really educational and gave you guys some good information on some of these different glitches and things that are happening in the map right now and some easier methods to doing such. If you guys did enjoy the video, drop a like. Again, go check out Newbie and Javano down in the description. They got some awesome content for zombies, and it's just going to be really great if you guys subscribe to them and show them some love. If you guys are new here to the channel, we upload daily. We are going to be doing a lot of zombie content here over the next days and weeks because of the fresh map and such. And Fortnite will be coming every day with store updates and new content updates as well, covering a lot of that. We do a lot of updates and uploads here on the channel, so make sure to stay tuned, and we're going to see you guys real soon.